Hi, Brad from bradsautoglass.com and backglass slider on eBay. Today I'm going to show you how to take out and reinstall a rubber set rear window. I'm working on an 80 Ford F-150, but if you found this video link embedded in one of my item descriptions, it applies to the truck that you're working on. This applies to almost all rubber set type gasket auto glass installations, and we'll get started here. You just need a few tools. You need some soapy water, you need a hook tool, and that's to get it out. To reinstall it, you need some recoil starter rope, which I have some brand new rope here, and then I also have, this is a piece of brake line that I've cut off, and the rope fits right inside this brake line and acts as a guide. You don't have to have this, but it really makes things easier. And when we get to the reinstallation part of the video, I'll show you how this works. So for now, let's get started. What you need to do is take a hook tool, and behind the gasket you want to get it wet. Nice and wet. We need lube, especially on an older window like this. It's going to be stuck. It's going to be dirty. Be careful not to scratch the vehicle. I'm putting extra in. I'm out in the hot sun. Alright, so then you come around to the inside, and the rubber gasket on the inside, I'm going to spray a little lube on it as well. And bring the camera in here. You can see the rubber gasket in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it back and start pushing the window out. So we're getting this corner pulled down and pushing. And see how I just pushed out? Okay. So this is the part where you want to be careful, is when you get this window out like this, it's nice to have an extra set of hands, and I'm just helping him a little bit, and you can see how the window just pushes out, and you can probably drag it to me at him, and there it is. Alright, so as you saw, I had a little bit of a struggle getting it out because of the age of the vehicle, and having an extra set of hands is really important. I also have a shoulder that's got a plate in it, made it a little difficult for me to do. But you saw how it came out, and it's really important to have two people if you're working on the 99 to 2007 Ford F-250 and 350, because they really want to jump. And the frame's not solid, half plastic, half aluminum, so you need somebody outside to catch that window when it's coming out. So now I want to show you how to put it back in. I've got the window out and laying here, and I'm going to push one of these windows over, and remember I showed you that I used the brake line with the rope? And here's what we're going to do. This gasket where it was lipped on the body, right here we want to install the rope. So by using this brake line, I can just slip it right in there. Now if you don't have the time to get a brake line, you can just run your fingers around here. This is typically about a 3/16 rope, recoil starter for about a 3 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. I'm going to overlap it so we have a good start. I'm going to lay it right up there on the glass and tape everything down so it doesn't fall and we can get a hold of it. Alright, I'm prepping the opening by spraying soapy water on it. I've already done the other side. This stuff's wanting to dry as fast as I put it on, but it'll work. And I'm soaking down this slider. And you can see how I did this. I'm going to do this by myself, just so you see you can. And do not try to jump start it by lipping it over the edge. Just pull it up into the opening. Make sure that it's centered. And then start pulling the rope, Adam. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling that rubber right over the lip. And you may have to get a little forceful. Be careful. You can tear or cut the rubber, especially if it's new. And you can see it just lipping itself right in. And it's, honest to God, this easy. Alright. Now sometimes up in the corners it can get a little hard, so you might want to wind it like I'm showing you. And pushing on it from the outside will actually make it more difficult. I just took the pressure off of it, and I could feel it walk itself onto the cab. Now when you get about halfway, like I am, you want to take and push the window over to the side, and I can see it move. I'm going to grab the other rope. Even, you still shooting? Even with this piece of trim, I can lip this, and now I'm in the corner. Now it needs a little help. I'm smacking it in and down. Hold it in a little bit so it'll lip onto the body. Go outside and take a look at it. So you can see I lipped it right back in. And if you miss something with the rope and you've got it, it's not completely in place, you can go back with the hook tool and you can work it back in. So don't just give up if you miss the first time. And don't worry if you miss the first time. Try again. There's nothing lost, nothing gained. And it's all back in nice and snug just like it was when we started. If you need help, go to bradsautoglass.com or contact technical support at 231-263-3300. Thanks. I'm Brad.